very, very early on the Wednesday morning between the death and the funeral. And I just sat down and wrote it. And it took about an hour and a half and just came pouring out, really. Actually, it's interesting. Sounds rather sort of bizarre, but I did go to Diana's coffin the day after I'd written it. And
So, many people following the royal family are reacting to fresh reports about a growing disagreement involving Charles Spencer and Meghan Markle. According to the latest claims, Meghan is said to have tried using a title closely connected to Princess Diana, a move that reportedly left Diana's brother deeply upset. The story has quickly sparked new questions about Diana's legacy, royal traditions, and whether some names and titles should remain untouched. So, is this simply another royal rumor? Or has Meghan crossed a line that Charles Spencer believes should never be crossed? But what do you think is really happening behind the scenes? Was this an innocent decision or a deliberate attempt to reconnect with Diana's legacy? Share your thoughts and stay tuned for more royal news, stories, and updates. Meghan's move to reignite Diana's legacy. So, recent reports and online discussions have sparked fresh debate after claims appeared that Meghan Markle wants to reconnect herself with Princess Diana's legacy by using a royal title linked to Diana's memory. These stories have quickly spread across social media, entertainment websites, and YouTube channels, leading to strong reactions from royal watchers around the world. While the headlines are dramatic, many of the claims remain unconfirmed, and there has been no official statement proving that such a plan exists. According to these reports, the controversy centers on the belief that Meghan is interested in bringing back a title or a royal connection that many people closely associate with Princess Diana. Supporters of this idea argue that Meghan has often spoken about Diana with respect and has said she wishes her mother-in-law had been alive to meet her. They believe Meghan wants to continue some of the charitable work and public compassion that made Diana one of the most admired members of the royal family. Critics, however, see the situation very differently. They argue that Diana's legacy belongs to history and to her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, rather than being connected to any new public image or personal branding. Some commentators claim that using any title strongly linked to Diana could create unnecessary tension within the royal family. They believe such a move would only increase the ongoing disagreements that have existed since Harry and Meghan stepped back from their royal duties in 2020. The reports have also fueled speculation about how other members of the royal family might react if such an effort were ever made. Some stories suggest that Prince William would strongly protect his mother's legacy, while others claim that senior royals would oppose any attempt to revive a title that could cause confusion or public disagreement. These reports, however, are based largely on unnamed sources and media speculation rather than official confirmation. Princess Diana remains one of the most loved royal figures in modern history. Even decades after she died in 1997, her influence continues through her humanitarian work, her kindness toward ordinary people, and the charities she supported. Because of this lasting popularity, anything connected to her name quickly attracts worldwide attention. News stories involving Diana often generate strong emotions, making it easier for rumors and dramatic claims to spread across the internet. Meghan has spoken publicly about Diana on several occasions. During interviews and in the couple's documentary projects, she has described feeling a personal connection to Harry's late mother. Prince Harry has also frequently spoken about wanting to preserve Diana's memory and continue the charitable work that was important to her. These public comments have encouraged ongoing discussion about how Diana's legacy continues through Harry and his family. At the same time, royal experts continue to disagree about the accuracy of many recent reports. Some believe the stories are exaggerated to attract attention, while others argue there could be private discussions that have not been made public. Without official confirmation from Buckingham Palace, the Sussexes, or other senior royal representatives, many of these claims remain speculation rather than fact. The debate highlights how deeply people continue to care about the royal family and Princess Diana's memory. Every new headline connected to Diana attracts millions of readers, because her life and legacy still hold a special place in public interest. Whether these latest reports prove true or not, they have once again placed Meghan, Harry, and Diana's legacy at the center of worldwide discussion. Until reliable evidence or official announcements are released, the claims should be viewed carefully, recognizing the difference between verified facts and media speculation. Why do Princess Diana's royal titles still carry so much meaning? What made Princess Diana's titles different from those held by other members of the royal family? Let's find out. Importance of Diana's most famous royal titles. So, Princess Diana remains one of the most admired members of the British royal family, even many years after her death. Her life, kindness, and connection with ordinary people left a lasting mark that continues to shape how many people view the monarchy. Because of this, the titles linked to her name still carry deep meaning inside the royal family. They are not seen as simple labels. Instead, they represent history, respect, family traditions, and the emotional memories connected to Diana's life. One of the most important titles connected to Diana was Princess of Wales. She received this title after marrying Prince Charles in 1981. During her years in that role, she became one of the most famous women in the world. She visited hospitals, supported charities, comforted people facing illness, and spoke openly about issues that many members of the royal family had never discussed in public. These actions helped give the title a special meaning that went beyond royal tradition. Even after Diana and Charles divorced in 1996, many people continued to think of her simply as Princess Diana. Although her official style changed after the divorce, the public still connected her with the Princess of Wales title. This showed how deeply people admired her and how strongly they linked her identity with that role. Her tragic death in 1997 made those feelings even stronger, and the title became closely tied to her memory. Inside the royal family, titles are treated with great care because they are connected to centuries of tradition. Every title carries responsibilities, family history, and public expectations. For this reason, the title Princess of Wales remained unused for many years after Diana's death. Many people believed it would have been too emotional to give it to someone else so soon, because Diana's memory was still fresh in the minds of millions. The title was not used again until 2022, when King Charles announced that Catherine, the wife of Prince William, would become the new Princess of Wales. The decision was seen as an important moment for the royal family. While Catherine accepted the title with respect, many people understood that it also carried the legacy of Diana. Catherine has never tried to replace Diana. Instead, she's worked to build her own reputation while showing respect for the woman who held the title before her. Prince William has often spoken warmly about his mother and the influence she had on his life. He has continued many of the charitable efforts that were important to Diana, including work related to mental health, homelessness, and helping young people. In this way, Diana's legacy continues through her son's public service. The meaning of her titles is strengthened by the values she represented, rather than by the words themselves. Prince Harry has also spoken many times about his mother's influence. He has described how her compassion and desire to help others shaped his own approach to charity and public life. Although William and Harry have faced well-known personal disagreements in recent years, both brothers have remained united in honoring Diana's memory. This shared respect has helped keep her legacy alive within the royal family. The royal family understands that titles can shape public opinion. They connect the past with the present and remind people of those who held them before. Diana transformed the public image of the Princess of Wales by bringing warmth, openness, and compassion to the role. Because of her example, anyone who carries that title today is naturally compared with her, making it one of the most meaningful positions within the monarchy. Many royal supporters also believe Diana changed the expectations attached to royal titles. Before her time, members of the royal family often appeared distant from everyday life. Diana's willingness to shake hands with patients, hug children, and spend time with people in difficult situations helped create a more personal image of the monarchy. These actions remain an important part of how people remember her today. The lasting importance of Diana's titles comes from the life she lived while holding them. They remind the royal family of duty, compassion, and public service. They also remind millions of people around the world of a princess whose kindness touched lives across many countries. Even today, Diana's titles continue to carry emotional weight because they are closely connected to her remarkable legacy, her influence on the monarchy, and the lasting affection that many people still feel for her. How did Charles Spencer's emotional funeral speech become one of the most unforgettable tributes to Princess Diana? What makes Charles Spencer so determined to protect his sister's legacy whenever new controversies appear? Let's take a closer look. Spencer's unwavering fight to protect Diana's legacy. Charles Spencer has spent many years protecting the memory and legacy of his sister, Princess Diana. Since her shocking death, he has often spoken out whenever he believed her name, image, or life story was being treated unfairly. As Diana's younger brother, he has always felt a deep responsibility to make sure people remember who she really was, beyond the headlines, rumors, and royal drama. One of the most unforgettable moments came during Diana's funeral on September 6, 1997. Charles Spencer delivered a powerful speech that touched millions of people around the world. He praised his sister as a loving mother, a caring daughter, and a woman who wanted to help those in need. He also spoke about the intense media attention that followed her throughout her life. His words showed both his sadness and his determination to protect Diana's memory after her death. That speech is still remembered as one of the strongest public tributes ever given to her. Over the years, Charles Spencer has continued to speak whenever he feels Diana's story is being misunderstood or changed. He has often reminded people that she was much more than a royal figure. To him, she was a kind and warm person who cared deeply about others. He believes that many public stories focus too much on the problems she faced and not enough on the positive impact she made through her charity work and her compassion. Charles has also been careful about how Diana's personal belongings and family history are handled. He has supported efforts to protect items connected to her life and has shown respect for places that hold special memories of her. He believes these things should remind future generations of the real Diana, rather than becoming tools for publicity or profit. Another important part of Charles Spencer's work has been speaking openly about the treatment Diana received from the media. He has repeatedly said that the constant attention from photographers and newspapers placed enormous pressure on her. In his view, the public should never forget the difficult conditions she lived under. He has used interviews and public appearances to remind people that behind the famous image was a real person, with feelings, hopes, and fears. Charles has also defended Diana whenever new books, television programs, or reports have made claims about her life. While he understands that public interest in Diana remains very strong, he believes that stories about her should be based on truth instead of rumors. Whenever he thinks false information is spreading, he has not been afraid to challenge it publicly. His actions show that he wants Diana to be remembered with honesty and dignity. The Spencer family home, Althorpe House, has also become an important part of preserving Diana's legacy. Diana grew up there, and after her death, she was laid to rest on a small island within the estate. Charles Spencer has carefully looked after the property and has welcomed visitors during certain times of the year to learn more about Diana's life. Through exhibitions and displays, people can see photographs, personal items, and family history that help them understand her journey before she became one of the world's most famous women. Charles Spencer has also spoken about the importance of Diana's role as a mother. He has often praised the close relationship she had with Prince William and Prince Harry. He believes that her love for her sons was one of the greatest parts of her life. Even years after her passing, he continues to speak proudly about the care and devotion she showed to her children. Throughout the years, Charles has remained consistent in defending Diana's reputation. Whether responding to public debate, media reports, or new claims about her life, he has tried to make sure that her voice is not lost. He believes that her kindness, charity work, and ability to connect with ordinary people should always be remembered ahead of controversy. Many people see Charles Spencer as one of the strongest guardians of Princess Diana's legacy. His actions have shown that his commitment is not based on public attention, but on family loyalty and respect for his sister. Nearly 3 decades after Diana's death, he continues to protect her memory with the same determination he showed in 1997. Did Meghan's alleged move involving Princess Diana's legacy push Charles Spencer to his breaking point? What made this alleged move by Meghan so controversial in the eyes of Diana's family? Let's take a closer look. The alleged breaking point reports about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle often create strong reactions, especially when they involve Princess Diana's family. One recent claim says that Charles Spencer, Diana's younger brother, became extremely upset after hearing that Meghan was supposedly interested in using one of Diana's most meaningful royal titles. While these reports have attracted attention online, it is important to remember that there has been no official confirmation from Charles Spencer, Meghan, Prince Harry, or Buckingham Palace. Much of the discussion is based on rumors and unnamed sources rather than verified facts. According to these reports, the alleged disagreement centers on Princess Diana's memory and the importance of protecting her legacy. Charles Spencer has spent many years speaking publicly about his sister and defending the way she is remembered. Because of this long history, many believe he feels a deep responsibility to protect anything connected to her name. The reports claim that Charles Spencer viewed Meghan's supposed interest in using one of Diana's former titles as crossing a line. Supporters of this story argue that Diana's titles represent much more than royal tradition. They believe those titles are closely linked to Diana's life, her public service, and the challenges she faced while living within the royal family. Because of that, they argue that using such a title could create confusion or even change the public's understanding of Diana's unique place in history. Some reports go even further by claiming that Spencer believed Diana's legacy should remain separate from modern royal disputes. According to these stories, he allegedly wanted Diana's memory to stand on its own instead of becoming part of ongoing debates involving Prince Harry, Meghan, and the rest of the royal family. However, none of these claims have been supported by public statements from Spencer himself. People who follow the royal family know that Charles Spencer has never been afraid to speak openly when he believes his sister's memory is being treated unfairly. Over the years, he has continued to support charities and projects connected to Diana's values, helping to keep attention on the causes that mattered most to her, rather than focusing only on royal traditions. The reports also suggest that Spencer's alleged frustration was not simply about a title. Instead, they claim it reflected a larger concern about preserving Diana's identity. Princess Diana became one of the most admired women in the world because of her compassion, humanitarian work, and ability to connect with ordinary people. Many believe her reputation belongs to history and should not be reshaped for modern public relations or media attention. Supporters of Meghan see the situation differently. They argue that Meghan has often spoken warmly about Princess Diana and has acknowledged the important role Diana continues to play in Prince Harry's life. Meghan has worn jewelry that once belonged to Diana and has publicly praised her kindness and influence. Because of this, some people believe any connection Meghan may have wanted with Diana's legacy would have come from respect rather than personal ambition. Still, there is no verified evidence that Meghan ever attempted to claim or use any forbidden title. The continued interest in stories like this shows how deeply people still care about Princess Diana, nearly 3 decades after her death. Her life continues to inspire documentaries, books, television programs, and endless discussions around the world. Every new rumor involving her name quickly attracts attention because many people feel a personal connection to her story. At the same time, royal stories often spread quickly through social media, where speculation can sometimes be presented as fact. Headlines may describe private conversations, secret disagreements, or emotional reactions without providing clear evidence. As a result, readers should approach these reports carefully and separate verified information from claims based on anonymous sources. Whether the reported disagreement ever happened remains unknown. What is clear is that Princess Diana's legacy still carries enormous emotional importance for her family and millions of people around the world. Charles Spencer has consistently shown his commitment to protecting his sister's memory, while Prince Harry has also spoken many times about wanting to honor his mother's life. Why does Buckingham Palace remain so protective of Princess Diana's memory even today? Is Princess Diana's legacy one of the few royal traditions that Buckingham Palace will never allow to be challenged? Let's explore further. The monarchy's stand on protecting Diana's memory. Princess Diana remains one of the most loved and remembered members of the British royal family. Even many years after her death, her kindness, charity work, and close connection with the public continue to shape how people think about the monarchy. Because of this, her name carries deep emotional meaning. Any attempt by someone to publicly link themselves to Diana's legacy would likely attract close attention from Buckingham Palace and senior royals. For King Charles III, Prince William, and other senior members of the royal family, Diana's memory is not only a public matter but also a deeply personal one. She was a mother, a former wife, and an important part of the modern history of the monarchy. While the palace continues to recognize her contributions, it has generally avoided using her memory for publicity or personal gain. This careful approach reflects the belief that Diana's legacy should be treated with respect rather than used to create headlines or support personal projects. Prince William is widely seen as the main guardian of his mother's legacy. Over the years, he has spoken warmly about Diana and has continued many of the causes she cared about, including mental health, homelessness, and support for young people. He has often said that he wants his mother's work to inspire positive change instead of becoming part of public arguments or royal disagreements. Because of this, any attempt by another person to present themselves as the natural successor to Diana's public role could be viewed with concern. Buckingham Palace has always placed great importance on protecting the reputation of the monarchy. Senior royals usually prefer to let their actions speak louder than public statements. If someone appeared to use Diana's image, titles, or reputation to gain influence or public sympathy, palace officials might privately see it as crossing an important line. Even if no official response were given, there could be quiet efforts to distance the royal family from such claims. Another reason the palace would likely be cautious is that Diana's story remains sensitive. Her marriage to the then Prince Charles, the difficulties she experienced within royal life, and the events leading up to her death continue to be discussed around the world. Because these topics still bring strong emotions, senior royals are often careful not to reopen old wounds or encourage new public debates about the past. The royal family also understands that Diana's popularity continues to influence public opinion. Many people still admire her compassion and honesty. As a result, anyone claiming a special connection to her legacy could quickly attract media attention. Palace advisors would probably watch such developments closely, knowing that public interest in Diana remains extremely strong. Senior royals may also believe that Diana's legacy belongs mainly to her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. Although both brothers have spoken about their mother's influence, each has chosen a different path in carrying forward her values. From the palace's point of view, any outside effort to reshape or redefine Diana's legacy without the support of her family could be seen as inappropriate. So, what are your thoughts on Charles Spencer's reported reaction to Meghan's alleged attempt to use Diana's forbidden title? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.